Aloha, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Master Paul, and I'm honored to be connecting with you today. I believe it's May 14, 2017, and it is a Monday. And today is truly a special day. We will be focusing on wisdom and blessings from Quan Yin, who is a Buddha of compassion. And just before starting this live stream, I was connecting to her soul and asking for her presence. And opened my heart immediately. I have tears in my eyes from the amazing beauty of the heart of compassion of this soul. And so for those that are just tuning in for the first time, if you're not familiar with Quan Yin, there's a depiction of her behind me. She is a soul that I had not had a great deal of understanding of until I got deeper into the spiritual teachings, the nature of our interconnectivity to our Creator, the nature of the beings of light that come to humanity to serve us. Quan Yin is one of them. There are many that might tune into this, and they could be devoted Christian. And I invite you to stay. I love Jesus. I bow to Jesus, communicate with him daily. But I also love other deities of light serving the planet of the light side. Quan Yin is one of them. This is an opportunity for those that have very limited awareness to awaken to the service that all beings of light are here for. So I invite you to stay for the entirety of this live stream, Wisdom, Teaching and Blessing. I will share with you some of the aspects of what I do know about Quan Yin, which is not that much other than what I've read. I'll share with you some of the things that Master Sha has brought to us and shared with us, and give you some insights, and then we will ask for some wisdom that she will share with us. And then also, of course, there is the great opportunity for blessings. I have received several extraordinary tools that have her blessings in them, and we will both offer them available to you today and make it to where moving forward, if you wanted to receive a specific blessing from Quan Yin, then you can. So welcome to all those that are joining us. Welcome Susan Birchmore. Welcome Susan Duvendorden. Aloha Angie Taylor. And also aloha to Richie Sauter. And then Susan Duvendorden, I sent you a Facebook message. So if you'd check that for me, I'd appreciate it. And then Lisa Zarniak, welcome. Aloha Dove. Aloha Carol Whitney. Aloha Dana Knapp. And welcome Robin. Welcome Kate Nicole. Welcome Linda Jansen. Aloha Linda Smith-Dickens. Welcome Ali Fess. Welcome Johnny Mambodi. Thank you all so much for your presence. Also thank you for sharing. So today is going to be truly a powerful day. As I said, was connecting just before this. And I'm very blessed in this room that I'm in right now. I call it my temple room. I have several of the calligraphies that Master Sha has blessed. Not one of his originals, but some of them that he has blessed by putting his stamp and his signature on them. And I have several of the Quan Yin images and Amitofu images. I've also received special statues. And each of these have a unique blessing placed in them. And so we will use those today as well to connect and to offer service. So let us go ahead and align heart to heart, soul to soul. I'm hoping that each of you had a wonderful weekend. Welcome Nora Pertaccio. I'm glad to see you with us here today. I know Nora is very connected to Quan Yin. And also welcome to Yvonne. So let us place our hands in soul light, soul service hand position, much like a prayer position, but we drop our left hand in front of the heart center. We keep the right hand gently pointed up towards heaven. Let us close our eyes, fully connect. And give me just a moment here to turn down some volume. Okay. Dear beloved divine, dear Tao, dear the source, dear the creator of all life, dear beloved Mother Earth, dear the beings of light serving the plan of our beloved creator, including beloved Jesus, beloved Mother Mary, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, beloved Quan Yin, dear the soul of our individual heavens teams, guides, angels and saints, all healing angels, archangels, ascended masters, lamas, gurus, sifus and saints. We love you, we honor you, respect you. We ask as appropriate for your presence here today. We ask for your guidance, your wisdom, your blessings, and your persistence to assist each and every one of us to more fully develop our light bodies, to more fully align to the heart and soul of our beloved Creator. We ask that you continue to help us to awaken more and more each and every day to our soul's calling, so that we can complete our tasks that we intended to in this lifetime. We're very grateful. Dear beloved Lingui Sheng Shi, Quan Yin, we love you, honor you, respect you. We ask for your presence today as well. Assist us in the guidance, wisdom and teachings. Dear the source soul song of love, peace and harmony, transmitted to all souls in all universes, love you, honor you, respect you. We ask you to turn on, and we invite all souls in all universes to join with us as we chant love, peace and harmony. For anybody new listening on podcast, tuning in for the first time, this is a blessing, so please make a request and the rest of us will receive and offer this blessing. Let us begin. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, la, li. Lula, lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. 我爱我心儿灵，我爱纯然泪，望玲珑耳目是生，相爱平安和谐，相爱平安和谐。I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace and harmony. Love, peace and harmony. One more time. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, la, li. Lula, lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. 我爱我心儿灵，我爱纯然泪，望玲珑耳目是生，相爱平安和谐，相爱平安和谐。I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you all those who have joined us today. And thank you to the Source Soul Song of Love, Peace, and Harmony. For those that are new, you can find out more information at lovepeaceharmony.org. It is a song that is sung in 50 languages around the world, and it's encouraged that you download the song and share it freely and widely. There is no copyright on the song. It has been removed, and it is a song that can bring humanity into oneness. So welcome Candy Cornett. Welcome also to Nebadita. Welcome Renee. Welcome Alicia Jade Kwan. Welcome Wakur. So thank you all so much for joining. So when I was connecting this morning, dear heaven, what should I offer today on this live stream? I heard share about Quan Yin. Now my teacher, Master Sha, is currently in Belgium, and he has been doing a series of retreats, and he is doing one starting now for Quan Yin. And he is a very unique teacher in that he has a very significant connection to the soul world. Quan Yin is one of them that is very connected to the mission of Master Sha, which is to bring love and peace and harmony to humanity. One of the reasons why there's such a deep connection is that is any enlightened being's mission. One of the unique things about any enlightened being, when you read the stories about all of them, they're all given a choice when they get ready to enter the gates of heaven, where they do not need to return ever to the earthly planes. They never need to reincarnate. And they're all given the choice to come to serve. And in the case of Quan Yin, the story goes that she was at the gates, and she heard the cries of the human beings from earth, the suffering, and she made a decision. I will not enter heaven. I will not fully return to the oneness of the heart of the divine until all humanity returns. That's a pretty big commitment. And so she is one of many great beings, including our beloved Jesus, our beloved Mother Mary, who have made similar commitments to serve humanity. These kinds of beings serve the great missions that are here on earth. The Dalai Lama has a mission to awaken those souls through wisdom and the teachings of Buddhism. I actually know very little about Buddhism, but I know that that's what the Dalai Lama teaches. And so many souls, that resonates with them. Other souls come to earth, like our beloved Jesus. They bring with him scriptures and wisdom to treat man as though you treat yourself, with love, and so forth. And so any of these great wisdoms are brought forward, and there are always great beings to support it. Beloved Quan Yin is one of those beings. Now, the first experience I had actually with Quan Yin was through I knew of this this soul, this bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is a term that means a person in Buddha training. Now, she is a Buddha, which means an enlightened one, but that's what Buddha means, enlightened one. And she is a Buddha, she is enlightened. But she refers to herself as a bodhisattva, which means I am always growing. I am always a soul in training for further and further enlightenment. And I knew very little about this bodhisattva until I trained with a second master. Master Sha is the third being I've trained under. And this female master, she was in California. And I'm referring to how this image behind me came about, which, by the way, this is an actual canvas tapestry. It's about 6 foot by 8 foot, and I had it commissioned and painted from a vision I received. So now I'm going to tell you how that vision came about. I was in a 3-day training with a teacher I had never met before. I just seen some of her advertisements. And I decided, since I was lost on my spiritual journey at that time, that I needed to find a good teacher. And out of this entire magazine that spoke about all things spiritual, her one little quarter-page ad is the one that caught my attention. So I followed my soul's intention, and I went to this 3-day retreat with her. Very expensive retreat, a couple $1,000s. And so I went, and I had no clue what to expect. And there was this female Chinese being, very minimal English. I didn't know if she had power or abilities. I just didn't know. I was just trusting my own guidance. And there were several things that happened during this experience that were life-changing and life-shaking. And one of the experiences, we had a 10-minute, what she called the crown chakra opening. A crown chakra, for those that aren't familiar, is the top of the head, the crown chakra. And I sat in a chair, and she turned on loud music and hit her little loud chime a few times, and I felt literally like 1,000 fire needles coming to the top of my head. It was so painful that I had to open my eyes to see who was hurting me. And there was nobody around me. The other 7 people on either side of me were still sitting in their chairs, and their eyes were closed, and the master was 10 feet away and her eyes were closed, and I was still in significant pain from these fire needles on the top of my head during this thing she called crown chakra opening. So I knew at that moment that I was with a true master, someone that truly was connected to heaven. I almost came out of my chair, just to say stop, because it was at that point where it was just too much. And finally she said stop right about when I was about ready to say stop. Later on, she had another experience, and she called it a soul travel. Now, I had read books, most like you guys. I've heard of soul travel, never experienced it other than when I'm sleeping. But this was awakening soul travel. So I said, okay, well, I had this other experience from this teacher. This could be quite unique. I'm willing to try anything. And so, very similar to the previous one, she turned on a certain music. She had her little ding sound maker, and we closed our eyes. We're sitting in the high chairs, and I proceeded to find myself in a bit of a daydream, if you will. And in this daydream, much like the image behind me, there was these beautiful mountains. And I'm going to step away so you can see this whole image. I want you to see everything that I saw. So there, you can see these beautiful green mountains everywhere, and that's what I stepped into in this daydream. And there was the mountains were actually golden. Pardon me. They were green, but where I was at, there was structures, if you will. Like you see here, this tree with the doorway. It wasn't like that. It was like caves built into the side of a boxed canyon, and the wall shimmered like a golden light, not like gold itself, but like a golden light. So you see the gold around the tapestry. That's why that was placed there. I woke up at the pond. You can see the pond at the bottom here, where there is the turtle, and you can see here there is like lotus flowers, things like that, and a little waterfall. This was part of my vision, and I had awoken, if you will, in this area where I had got up and started walking, and I was still taking all this in, and there was a circular stand area where it was like it went up 3 steps, and then it just dropped down to like a pool of water, and then in the middle was a podium, if you will. This is very relatively small, maybe 15-20 foot in diameter. And in the center of that podium was this female Qigong master who had initiated this this soul travel that as I was in it, I didn't really know I was in it. It's kind of like you're in a dream, you're not really sure you're in it. So I'm explaining what happened after the fact, because she asked us immediately to write down what transpired. So anyway, and this female master was in it, and so I bowed down to her. Now in my life I had never bowed down to anybody, But in this waking soul travel, I bowed down to her. I then walked away, and there were people walking around, but they were Asian, and they had very soft, beautiful faces, and they would say welcome. They would say hello. They would say things, only a few people, but they didn't open their mouths. It was just telepathic. And so and I looked around and I could see these like 2 or 3, almost like if you looked at a 3-story hotel, but there were holes carved into the side of the wall like little cave entrances, and there were a few here and a few there, and there were little walkways they didn't outjut too much, maybe just a few feet, just enough for somebody to walk, and it was in the side of a mountain, and again radiating this golden light. And so I'm witnessing all this, and I remember for some reason I was sitting down off to the side, and so after a little while I got back up and I walked back to this podium area where the previous master had been, and at that point I saw a different being standing there, and it was Quan Yin, the one you see behind me here. And she wasn't standing in a lotus flower like this, but she was wearing clothes almost identical to this. And keep in mind, I had little to no knowledge of who Quan Yin was. And so there's this being standing there, and she had 8 arms on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 arms on either side. And it was one of her arms on the right hand side. She reached out, and in the palm of her hand right here was a purple sphere. You see it right here. Okay, that purple sphere. And it was about the size of a nickel. About the size of a nickel. Iridescent, purple. And she reached out and reached out to me. Now I'm standing probably about 3 or 4 feet away on the top step of this, and her podium was a couple feet away. And so I said okay, and I reached out and I took it, and then I bowed down to her, and then I went back and sat down at the edge of the pond I started at. And right about that time I hear the master say, return. And so I come back, open my eyes, and I was in shock, I guess is a good way to put it, because it was real, like I'm talking to you real. Never experienced before, ever, anything like that. So it was also unreal in that I had never experienced anything like that, and I didn't have anything to weigh it against. I didn't have anything to validate it against. So all I had was my own intellect and my own ability to question, what was the authenticity of it? Was it real? And I'm looking around at the others, trying to see if was anybody else having this crazy experience. And a blessed experience, it was blessed, but it was certainly a bit different. And the teacher asked each of us to write down first everything that we experienced in our soul travel, and then we shared afterwards. And out of the 7 people, if I remember correctly, there were 3 of us that had a visual experience, the other 4 did not. And so that was my first experience really of this person called Quan Yin. How is it that this person was in my daydream when I didn't even know who they were? How was it that they had 8 arms when I didn't know Quan Yin was the Buddha that's always depicted? When you see the Buddha that has the many arms, that's Quan Yin. I didn't know the interconnectivity there between Quan Yin and the Buddha that has the many arms is called Quan Yin. I didn't know that at that time. And so I asked this master, I said, I read the dream to her, I said, but I don't know what this purple sphere thing means. Can you tell me? And she looked at me and she said, it's for you to figure out. Which it took me about 2 years. I finally got it. And it was a blessing to open my heart. It was a blessing to open my spiritual journey. And so that was the first time I had met Quan Yin, and that was also the first time I had several times with this female master, measurable, open your eyes, can't be denied, very validating experiences that said there is a soul world, there is a whole lot more going on than this physical experience, there are validations here on the physical level, things like the fire needles in my head, things like these visions. And for the first time ever on my soul journey, I was, okay, this stuff is real and I need to follow this wherever I can go. I need to follow this path as high as I can take it. And it started with this awakening. So I bow my head to Quan Yin because she is such a beautiful soul. Now, I give you this story so that you understand several things. One, that heaven is always with us. They are never far from us. I mean, literally right next to your nose, heaven is that close to us at all times. Just because we can't identify it with the five senses doesn't mean they're not there. We are far from heaven. Heaven is never far from us. The process of awakening, the process of enlightenment is returning to this awareness. It is returning to this truth that is always present and available to us. And so Quan Yin is an enlightened being, a Buddha. And she has reached this level in this stage because of her commitment and her compassion. She's often known as the Buddha of compassion, the Buddha of mercy. She is so dedicated to serve that she comes when you call. Whenever you call any of the beings of light, dear Jesus, please come. Instantly, Jesus is there. Our limitations as a human being is our doubt, because we operate off of our five senses. Our five senses are not even that well honed. We have many, many more senses than these five senses, a lot more, and yet we haven't developed them because we do too many things that are not beneficial to development, like watching TV and playing on a cell phone 24/7, having our attention taken away every 8 seconds. All of these inhibit us from attunement of our finer energy vessel. So back to Quan Yin. In Master Sha's growing up, he grew up as a Buddhist, Confucian. He studied that. He studied all these different things. He doesn't claim any particular religion, and he actually doesn't want to be affiliated with any particular religion because he only teaches soul. And he teaches love and peace and harmony. At the same time, he acknowledges these various deities that have come to humanity to serve. Because he himself, in previous lifetimes, has been a great being and has come back to service again. These other great beings, they're like brothers and sisters in heaven. They come to serve each other. So in his service to humanity, he wants to bring as much power to service as possible. He wants to bring as much high frequency to service as possible. I have no problem accepting that. I have seen the results of a true master and knowing what they can do. For those listening and watching for the first time, it could be very, eye-opening. It could be very questioning. You could have a lot of your belief systems challenged. What can I do? I'm here to help you wake up. So Quan Yin has dedicated herself to assist humanity as much as possible. And she is assisting through bringing her power into different things. Now, at the last Quan Yin retreat, which was a year ago, Master Sha transmitted power. He's always transmitting power. He puts it in all the books. When you buy any of his books, you can self-heal quite rapidly when you use the books to assist yourself. He puts transmissions in there that are, in essence, light bodies that awaken your light body more. And the more light you have, the less darkness you have. Pretty simple math. So you want to read his books and receive as much light from them as possible. But he has the ability to transmit power, and those of you that have practiced with me and done wisdom and blessings with me know that that power can be transmitted to books, people, objects, and things. Well, he transmitted into this the power of Quan Yin, which is this being here. This is Buddha, Namo Amitofu, and this one is called Da Shizhi Pusa. So power has been transmitted into these. This is the one that is just the Quan Yin, and these were actually art created by one of Master Sha's students. He's a very, very talented artist. And then he also transmitted power into this Quan Yin Buddha statue. They came in a set of 3, where the original Buddha, this one, and again Da Shizhi Pusa. So these objects are not just, you know, a $99 statue that you can buy at any Chinatown store. Very different. I honored $1,000 for these $99 statues, and with gratitude, happily put $1,000 on my credit card, happily put myself into debt so that I can have these, because I understood the value of what transmission was placed in them. I understood way back when, several years before meeting Master Sha, I had a master open my crown chakra with fire needles. When I had this vision with beloved Quan Yin and she gave me this pearl, I understood that power is given. I understood that those who serve humanity are given higher and higher powers and the authorities to transmit power to objects and things. So these images I've shown you and this statue I've shown you have beyond extraordinary power transmitted into them. And so I will offer a very short blessing today with these treasures, and I will make available to each of you a crown chakra blessing, a 2-minute crown chakra blessing, using both the image and the statue that has had power transmitted into it, that is extraordinary, extraordinary, and it could significantly help your soul journey. It could be for a request of your whatever you'd like. It could be for finances, it could be for relationship blockages, it could be to open your heart, it could be to release depression, it could be to find your true love. That'll be your choice, but I want you to know that will be a very special thing that is available. So now I'm going to offer some guidance and wisdom. I'm going to ask, I'm going to connect, and I'm going to ask for this guidance and wisdom to come to you around the nature of this Buddha and her service to humanity. How? It is my honor to share with each of you today wisdom about the power and the significance of this very special time and opportunity for each of you. There was a conversation earlier today by Master Paul and another soul about the nature of this time on earth for each being. Each of you have attuned in today because your heart is open to receive. You are hungry for the light. You are starving for the love that has been so distant from you. You are each being fed, even at this moment, by both love and light. It is in your continued awakening that your starvation is quelled. It is in your continued practice that your heart is fulfilled. Your beloved Creator, the Divine, wishes only for each and every soul that has ever been created to operate from the place of oneness, of love. And the pain that you and your brothers and sisters of humanity are currently experiencing is as a result of a separation from this simple truth. Each of you, as said, is starving and cannot seem to find anything to satiate your hunger. The hunger is as a result of following false teachings. I do not mean religious teachings. Not at all. False teachings of all those things that take away your intention from your inner self. False teachings could be listening to gossip. False teachings could be reading negative newspaper articles. False teachings could be being caught up in the drama of what is happening around you. Each of the different ways that you are separated from your inner beauty, your inner self, are false teachings. Truly, if there was more that were simply aware of this basic truth, there would be less hunger. Pain as you know it, relationship pain, financial pain, physical suffering, all of this is as a result of the exact same source. The source is separation from self, and self is all. Therefore, separation from all is the source of pain. It cannot be quelled or satiated. It cannot be healed or resolved. It cannot be quenched from anything external, from anything false. It must only and can only be satiated from your internal attunement. It starts by loving of self. It starts by forgiving of self. It starts by honoring wherever you are with the same love that your beloved Creator has for you. There is great and tremendous false teachings from all areas, including religions, that cause the human being to judge themselves, to put down themselves, to communicate to themselves as if they were a separate bad person. This falseness is one of the key reasons that you have not been able to release your pain. Everything starts with loving yourself the way your Creator has, is, and has always done. If all you focused on was this, you would release a great deal of your pain. I have been called the Goddess of Mercy, the Goddess of Compassion. This message to you is a message of compassion. I come each and every time I am called, but for you, it is important to know that I can only serve you so much. You must find your own way by shutting off the false information outside of you and attuning to the truth of your Creator's original, always present love. I am honored to offer you this message at this time. Ha, ha, ha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you for that wisdom. How did that resonate with your heart? And further, what is it that inhibits you from activating that truth in your life on a consistent basis? What false belief have you given more power to than the simple realignment that is being offered at this time? The teaching can be very simple. You know, our beloved Jesus spoke about false prophets. It has been taken so literally, as if it was one person that's a false prophet, when in fact it's all those things outside of us that take our attention away from our inner beingness, our inner alignment with our self. And as this wisdom came through, it said that self is not self-us, it's all the oneness. So it's the love of our self which brings the love of all self. And this is how this wisdom is really eloquent, the way it was released. This is how we reduce our pain. You know, we're all in pain. Anybody that comes to these live streams comes for a reason. It's to grow their soul journey. It's to release their pain. It doesn't matter if it's financial pain, relationship pain, it doesn't matter. The pain is self-induced by wallowing in all those external things. And the message is to not wallow in so much externally. The message is to release the attachment to all these external false prophets, if you will, and tune in to love of self. Lisa, you mentioned the other day you lost your son. How many times do you blame yourself in any way, shape or form? Maybe I could have done something differently, maybe this, maybe that. If you spend any time whatsoever on that, you are not creating a release of that pain. You are creating more of it. So this is an example of application. We need to love ourselves the way Divine loves us. We need to forgive ourselves the way Divine forgives us. Because without that, we are not honoring ourselves. And so this is how we maintain our oneness. So thank you for that beautiful wisdom from this benevolent being. And so I'm going to offer a blessing using the Quan Yin mantra. Quan Yin has several names. Quan Yin, Q-U-A-N. Guan Yin with a G, G-U-A-N. Most recently, her through the wisdom the Master Sha shared with us, she has been given a new assignment in the heavenly realms. Saint Soul Intelligence, Saint Soul Intelligence Buddha, which in Mandarin Chinese translates to Lingui Sheng Shi. And so this intelligence Buddha we think as mind intelligence, you know, going to school intelligence. No, it's soul intelligence. Soul intelligence is what is needed in this soul light era as we move into this fourth dimensional frequency shift. I was mentioning to a student this morning that each one of you, me, and all 7 billion of us are literally daily being obligated to move towards higher levels of enlightenment, even if it's on a minuscule basis. And one of the reasons why is because whether we like it or not, our universe is slowly rotating into a higher density field called the fourth dimension. And it's coming whether we like it or not. And at least from everything I've read, it's not an instantaneous thing. It's a process. It's, you know, it could take us 100 years as we very gently move into this dimensional frequency. And what that means is that all of those who have frequency towards selflessness, intention towards being of service to others more so than being of service to self, we have the higher probability of staying in that fourth density, that fourth dimension. Whereas those who are more service to self have the probability of eventually losing their physical life, and when they return, they will not return into a fourth density experience, which is obviously much higher layers of love. And so why did I share all that with you? Because at our life right now, we are all in our own versions of pain, and the more we vacillate on them, the more we're looking at it from a third world density perspective. You know, this is my pain. I want to, you know, I don't want to stay in it, but I'm in it. I don't know how to get out of it. Well, this special message just came that taught us. Be more inside. Spend more time connecting to Mother Earth, Father Heaven. Spend more time internally, which has the natural side effect of clearing the blockages and aligning us to the higher intentions that we came here for. It has the natural propensity to assist us with assimilating into this higher frequency as we all collectively move into this new higher layer of love. Whereas if we just sit there and vacillate on the pain, well, we're not going to be able to go there, because we're in a place of selfishness versus selflessness. And as harsh as that might sound, where let's say, for example, Lisa, beautiful soul who has lost her son, if she just stays in a place of pain, that's not a place of unconditional love. That's a place of pain. And so we need to be self-responsible. Move into that place of love. Move into that place of self-forgiveness. Move into that place of knowing that every soul has a plan, and every soul's intention is different than our soul's intention. And so we allow that release to occur, as painful as it is, and we send that soul always our greatest love, and we send ourselves always our greatest love, which then allows us to move higher and higher. Because sending that soul greatest love, sending our soul greatest love, is selflessness. But staying in any other place is not. And so this is how we must move forward with everything that we do on a consistent basis, because there will be more and more opportunities that come to us. The fourth dimension, if you will, there's so many different names for it. Basically, we're moving into a higher frequency of love, and it will naturally stir up that which needs to be cleared. Light, which is the higher frequency that we're moving into, light exposes darkness. That is why there's so much trouble on earth today, and that is why individually we have so many blockages, because light exposes darkness. It's a natural side effect of raising our frequencies. And that exposed darkness to us looks like pain. The reason Master Sha is here, the reason I am here, the reason any of the enlightened beings that are out there, your Dalai Lamas and all the others, the reason they have come to humanity at this time is to give all of those that are awakened and awakening like yourself the wisdoms to assimilate and transfer this pain that we're experiencing into higher layers of love. We have to do that through conscious transformation. We have to recognize that the pain is the darkness being brought to the light, to be exposed to the light, to be transformed to the light. Not to be wallowed in, not to be trudged down in, and certainly not to give more power to. Those that are on the pathway of awakening have to see whatever comes to us that is not so pleasant in that moment. We have to address it with the light. And we do that by recognizing it. And we recognize it and we see it as an opportunity, whatever that pain is. Thank you. Thank you for showing yourself to me as a darkness that has been exposed. And now I'm going to assist you with transforming to light so that I can keep spiraling upward instead of downward. You see it, you offer your gratitude. Thank you for the opportunity to transform you. You offer forgiveness. If it's financial, dear all souls, please forgive me for financial suffering that I may have caused you in all times. If it's relationship, dear all souls, including the soul of this relationship I'm having difficulty with, please forgive me in all time for ever creating significant blockages in our relationship. And then you transform it with more light. You can chant Quan Yin's name. She will come, offer blessings to help self-clear those blockages. You can call Jesus. Dear Jesus, please come. Dear God, please come. I love you. Can you please bless me to transform this blockage? So it's 3 simple steps, guys. First is, it starts with recognition. If it's pain, that means light has exposed it to be released. The minute you recognize it, this pain has come up to be exposed and be released. So how do you do that? Acknowledge it with gratitude, acknowledge it with love, because it's come to you as an opportunity. Then quick forgiveness practice around it. Then bring light to the table. It can be anything. I've spoken many times about chanting love, peace and harmony. But you can also chant the Dabejo mantra if you know it. You can simply chant Jesus' name. You can chant God's light. You can chant God's love. Just bring a higher frequency to it. Do you see the pattern? It's just about bringing a higher frequency. And when you do, you're no longer spiraling in that pain. You've leveled up. How do you keep from this pain continuing to circle around you? Follow the wisdom that was just shared. Do not follow false prophets. Prophet is not an individual. A prophet in this wisdom that was shared is all things that keep us in a place of separation. All things that keep us in a place of non-love. And that could be a negative article. It could be gossip. All of this stuff that comes out of some... It could be that person over here that says, oh, don't think that. Oh, that's cultish stuff. Whatever that comes that's negative, that source's opinion only. And if it doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't support you, if it doesn't put you in a place of positivity, then it is a false message or a false prophet, so to speak. One of the things that Master Sha teaches us, that when we do flows, when we connect to heaven and ask for messages, he said there's a simple way to check if it's an authentic message. Does it bring a positive message, or does it bring a negative message? If it brings a negative message, it's false. Simple. So if you're reading something negative, is it helping you to feel better? Why go there? So we have to be vigilant about all of these things coming from the outside of us that are constantly keep us in this negative pain place. We don't give those power, we don't give those attention, then we can more readily see that we're stuck in this circle, and we can readily address those little things that come to us on a daily basis. We can give them love, we can release it with forgiveness, we can bring positive mantra to it, and we can dissolve it much more readily. And we just complete this on a constant upward spiral. That's how we align our bodies to stay attuned to this fourth dimensional frequency, this love-based frequency that we're all moving into. Because guys, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news for you. The bad news is that it's only going to get worse if you don't awaken and apply some of these teachings. Why? Because light exposes darkness. Darkness is all of our karmic stuff. And outside of us, darkness is all the stuff that's been controlling humanity for a long, long time and keeping us from being our full light being. So light is coming whether we like it or not. The good news is you've had many, many messengers come way before and now that are teaching you how to sustain yourself and move through it in the highest light way. And so all you have to do is duplicate this simple process of maintaining the light. So let us receive blessings to awaken more and clear some of the blockages so that we can continually level up and stay out of a place of pain. Okay? So I will offer this blessing. This will be probably an 8 to 10 minute blessing. I'm going to ask Quan Yin and her 87 Buddha, which is her 87 incarnations she's had, to come, and I will chant this very special mantra to serve you. Their subdivided souls will come to you to serve you for your requests. And then for those that are interested in a very special blessing, I will utilize both these. This one I paid 1,000, this one I paid 1,000, to have a very special transmission, Quan Yin transmission, put into them. I will put them on your head like this at the level of soul and offer you a 2-minute crown chakra blessing using the power infused in there for the request of your choice. The honor fee will only be $100, and I can tell you it's going to be a lot more powerful than what I could do as a Master Teacher Divine Channel, because it's much higher power than me, what Master Sha has blessed me with, excuse me. And so very, very powerful blessing if you're interested in it. Now I will offer you the blessing using this mantra. So close your eyes, make your request. Make your request to heaven, make your request to beloved Quan Yin and the 87 Buddha. Only make one request though. Keep it to one. Okay? Don't be greedy. Make yet one request of whatever. And if you're not sure what you need most, ask. Dear Heaven, please choose for me. I did that last week with a blessing Master Sha offered, and a very special blessing, and I asked, Heaven's choice. And instantly I felt a bunch of blockages being removed from my lower abdomen. I literally felt my lower abdomen jump, like something was getting yanked out of there. Now I would not have have attuned to that. Sometimes it's hard to attune to those special things. So if you're not sure, ask heaven to choose for you. I will connect and then offer this blessing. This blessing also will occur for all those that are watching this live stream or podcast after the fact. Blessing begin. 千手千年无爱大悲心陀罗尼，千手千年无爱大悲心陀罗尼，千手千年无爱大悲心陀罗尼。If you're not already, keep your eyes closed. See the light. See all the Buddhas, bodhisattvas, beings of light coming to you, serving you. Nam mô la da no do la ye. Nam mô wo ye. Bo ro je di so ben la ye. Pu ti sa do po ye. Mo sa do po ye. Mo ja lo ni ja ye. An sa ben la fa yi. Su da nu da xia. Nam mô Shi Jie Li Duo Yi Mang Wo Ye. Bo Lo Jie Di Shi Fu La Lang Do Po. Nam mô Nu La Jin Chi Xi Li Mo. 般若萨弥萨婆陀多智旁无是云萨婆萨多南无婆萨多南无婆揭摩法特多大智陀安我波罗西卢迦帝迦罗帝依西摩呼菩提萨埵萨婆萨婆摩拉摩拉摩西摩西利陀云诸罗揭芒度罗法舍耶帝摩呼法舍耶帝陀罗塞利尼是佛拉耶知啦摩法摩拉摩地利依西是奴佛拉僧耶佛沙法沙 佛啦舍耶，呼噜呼噜嗦啦，呼噜呼噜西里，嗦啦嗦啦，西里西里，苏噜苏噜，菩提耶菩提耶，不陀耶不陀耶，弥地利耶，努拉金翅，塞利舍尼努，婆耶摩诃，娑婆悉陀耶，娑婆悉陀哟耶，娑婆摩悉陀耶，娑婆悉陀哟耶，娑遍来耶，娑婆努拉金翅，娑婆摩拉努拉，娑婆吉拉生我摩切耶，娑婆娑婆摩诃悉陀耶，娑婆揭吉拉我悉陀耶，娑婆揭吉拉我悉陀耶，娑婆波陀摩揭悉陀耶，娑婆努拉金翅，本揭拉耶，娑婆摩婆利胜吉拉耶，娑婆南无阿拉达诺多拉耶，南无我利耶，波罗揭谛，娑遍来耶，娑婆安悉莲多曼多拉本陀耶，娑婆金刚圣观音，娑婆声闻圣观音，娑婆摩羯圣观音，娑婆安摩羯俩悉列悉娑婆好 thank you, thank you, thank you. I will bow my head 9 times to beloved Quan Yin and 87 Buddha. You may do as appropriate for yourself. Countless bow downs, countless bow downs, countless bow downs. And so this blessing is extraordinary. But the only thing that is more extraordinary is the crown chakra blessing from Quan Yin. So there's a reason why with these two symbols of Quan Yin, I have honored over $2,000 between them. To receive a crown chakra blessing for anything of your choice, for the 100, I can assure you, you will get your value's worth. So if that's of interest to you, you may contact me through my website. You can scroll to the bottom of my page, asoulhealer.com. My name and phone number is there. Or you can go through the Facebook Messenger and you can ask me there. It could be for a loved one. It could be for a pet. I am happy to offer it for one that is crossed over. So it would assist with their soul journey greatly. I'm happy to offer this for the soul of a relationship, the soul of anything that is bringing suffering in your life. This has no limits into what the offering can be made for. Okay, so please let me know if that's of interest to you, and please share. Let other people know about this. If you're new and you've enjoyed this, each and every day I offer a live stream, Monday through Thursday. It's at the same time. And you may not always be able to come live, but if you hit subscribe, you'll know when I go live. You'll also be made aware. And each and every day on my live stream page, I post. You can also watch the recordings that way. If you prefer to listen on your own time when your time is available, you might want to consider the podcasts. Again, you can find those in my blog at my website, asoulhealer.com. And when you come to my blog, you have a player there. But beneath the player is all kinds of choices. Receive this on your Android. Receive this in an email. Every day you're notified when I send out an audio. You could download an application and receive it on podcast, therefore playing it anywhere you'd like. There's many different ways to listen to the audios. So I'd encourage you to follow that path if that's of interest to you. Kristen has posted on the Facebook my telephone number. Please text me first. Because it's easier sometimes to tell you of my availabilities. But I'm happy to serve you, and I hope you take advantage of this opportunity to receive Quan Yin's Crown Chakra blessing for any area of your life, for a crossed over one, your children, your pets, intelligence, passing their tests, helping your children with whatever they might have difficulties with. If your children are being bullied, I can offer a blessing to clear the bullying karma. And so there's many different blessings that can be offered. Okay, so I look forward to serve you. Love you, love you, love you. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye everybody.